everyone, and welcome to The Hook. Yes, The Hook. My name is Jeff Lowe, along with Mr. Keith Butler.
What up, what up, what up?
And the infamous, the sports caster, the writer, the sports writer, the guy who travels all around the country covering events that just the everyday person does not cover. His name is Mr. Leland. Stone!
What's the best introduction I ever? Don't hate. Leland. Don't hate. Butler can reach I hate you.
I mean,
see, before we get the show going.
You.
All right, well, hello, everybody. Look.
You act like this is the Leland Stein show.
See, I knew it was coming. We can't even get nothing going.
Leland Stone!
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up,
I
Leland?
thought we could have a serious
What up,
podcast.
This is serious. You know what? I'd like to welcome all of our listeners to the show. We've been on for a while. You know, we're back on.
Haven't been off that long.
Well, not that.
About a week and a half. Maybe,
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
weeks.
But hey, if you want to check us out, you can check some of the shows out. You can hit us up on YouTube.
Yeah, we have
Right?
a YouTube channel. Yeah,
YouTube,
The Hook.
The Hook. Just bring up The Hook on YouTube. Check out some of our shows. We are getting some great responses from people all over the Metro Detroit area.
We've gotten some from around the world.
And around the
surprisingly,
world. Yeah.
surprisingly,
Ooh, yeah.
really. And so it's been a good experience.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, I was surprised when we got that one from North Carolina.
Okay.
We got one from the motherland.
The motherland.
Yeah, I don't know
Africa.
where that came from, but maybe the guy was just from Ghana or something like
From
that.
Ghana.
And he was here, and he just heard it here. I don't know.
No, hey, this is the internet.
Yeah.
The internet is far-reaching,
Yeah.
and we can go all around the world. So Ghana, hit us back, bruh. Hit us up whenever you want. Whenever you want anything, let us know, bruh. And turn all the people on in Ghana. Tell them to listen to The Hook and everywhere else.
Yeah,
That's right.
Like Lo said, we are on the internet, and we do have a good, decent YouTube channel. So
Yes,
you guys
sir.
can find us. Go to YouTube, look up The Hook. That's THE, capital H period, capital O period, capital O period, capital K period.
We cover things nobody
Podcast.
else covers.
Okay, well we got an interesting one today.
Yes.
Leland came in.
Oh, hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, Stein came in talking about something I haven't heard of
The
before.
Watkins Awards.
Yes, the Watkins Scholar Athlete Awards, and this recognizes athletic and academic excellence.
Yes.
Among young
Right, male.
African American
Yeah,
males.
just males. Some people are like, oh, why don't you do the women? Well, we need to do women, but we need to start it with the men. And when we first started this thing, we had the help of Reggie White, the great one, the Hall of Famer,
Oh yeah.
and Charlie Ward, of course, Heisman Trophy. When people that were always socially conscious stepped into us and said, hey, we like what you think you're doing, and we'll kind of help you. So that happened some 30-something years ago, and
Yeah, and
we've been at that ever since.
It's important, a lot of the young women, black women, are doing a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think black women have been attributed to being some of the biggest entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
They've been very positive. They've been very productive.
And
it's important.
And sports stars,
Sports
too.
stars.
Oh, yeah.
They're very intelligent.
No doubt.
They're very intelligent. Not that we aren't as black men, but we do need to push the young men forward.
Oh, no doubt.
And this is a good project.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't heard of it before until you told me about it today, Stein.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is what, we need to show, like you said earlier off air, that we're more than just athletes or just thugs or, useless members of society. These kids are carrying 4.0 averages, and then they're, on top of that, they're star athletes.
Yeah, they're all Americans.
And there was a time when you think about it, they didn't care if athlete, white or black, predominantly they didn't give a damn if black athletes could read.
Right, graduate.
As long as they could carry that football or shoot that ball or
no
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't care.
That's what Thompson and Cheney.
They sucked the
was
4
fighting
years
for.
out of you, and then you were on your own, like you were saying earlier. You know, what happens to them?
They throw you away.
After they get out of college.
And that is no connection to you.
Yeah.
It ain't help you. Ain't gonna do anything. For
Yeah,
you.
so Stein, tell us about this.
Well,
Is it a paid program? Is there any money in it? How do people get involved with it?
Anybody can volunteer that wants to do it. It's an amazing collection of volunteers doing everything. The selection committee itself is made of about 10 people. About 6 of them are college professors.
Your college professors?
I'm not.
No, I said 6 of your college professors.
No. He's not.
Just around the country.
Oh, you say they're made up of college professors?
Yeah, the selection
He's
committee.
not a college.
No. I thought he said they were made up of 6 of his college professors.
No, not his college.
Oh, okay. I got you now.
No.
Okay.
They're just men and women around the country that
they're in various.
that's just the selection committee.
Various universities.
Yeah, it's university. Yeah. Dr. Gavin was one of the first. Well, he was also one of the first to start the Black CPA Association. He was the founding father of that. So we had some bad people involved in this, but yeah, they all volunteer. Everett Pearsall, he volunteered. The board itself, which kind of helped put this thing together, the Watkins Award, which is big and huge in itself, is just a collection of people that's out that do some of these things in the industry. For example, the guy who booked the hotel, he's one of the top hotel casino booking guys, black man in America. So he volunteers and help us with the room so we can fly these kids in. So what we do, the whole point is, we'll identify 4 to 6 of the top black male athletes at any sport in America, and then we'll bring them to D.C. For them to qualify, like Dante Moore, our brother from King, had a 4.0 at King, and he was supposed to be one. And he was battling for the state championship about the time the application was coming due, and he didn't get it in. But his parents and all them went over there and tried to do it, because he would have been a great addition to our group of young men that we have. But the whole point is to fly these men in here, let them see there's other men like you, because unfortunately, when you get to these PWIs in particular, they'll
explain what a PWI is.
Professionally white institution. Prominently
white institution.
White institutions.
Yeah.
So you go there. They'll take some of these science guys that have science capabilities out of their curriculum so they can concentrate on the football. And it happens all the time. Mm-hmm. And these guys are so good, and they're stuck in the middle, and some of them they need to go do this, and they don't have no time. And they'll acquiesce thinking they can get back to it. And it's much tougher once you leave to try to get back to it, especially, the science side. So we've heard stories like that from those guys. So we try to encourage them to put the same weight on their academics that they do on their scholarship, because you got more power than you think. You just got to stand up for yourself, because it's kind of scary. You're 18-year-old, a man looking at you saying, no, maybe you shouldn't take that. You only got to see. We worried. He's going to try to talk you out of taking it.
I see, like, the majority of the kids, or the young men, I should say, are football players.
Yeah,
and
that's interesting.
Yeah, but have you branched out into
we
the
had
other
Shane
sports?
Battier qualified.
Basketball.
Yeah, Ronald Curry was a basketball star. Baseball player 2 years. Green, he's the best baseball player in America. He's the IMG Academy. But it seems to be more football, because I think the quantities and the numbers are just so huge in football.
Yeah.
You got 50 guys on the team all across the nation, everywhere.
And I think our young black men tend to gravitate more to football than, well, definitely more than baseball.
Yeah.
Because, we did that thing with Sam Abram and your boy Wilson, Mike Wilson.
Mike Wilson, yeah.
About how, inner city baseball has all but died here, in the city.
Yeah, it needs
but
help.
yeah, this
was the kind of sport that needs
so
help.
that's probably why you probably get a lot more football players.
Right.
But it's still, regardless, if you get a couple of basketball players or baseball players, it's still open to anybody who wants to participate and stuff.
Yeah.
So do you guys go out and select them, or do they somebody sends in a ballot or vote for them, or
that's a good question. People are sending them now, and because we and every now and then we identify a few, and we'll like Dante Moore. Some of the coaches had told me he had a 4.0, so I did go down to King. Talk to him, make sure he had the application. The hard part is the kids have to fill out application, and they're already All-Americans. They're being honored. They already done picked the colleges. The guys that this year, the 4 we selected, one's the top linebacker in the nation. He's going to Ohio State. I'm the best defensive lineman. He's going to LSU. I know, but that's just the way it is. Yeah. So they're already, one's going to Florida State. Jameis Winston's brother, as a matter of fact, is going to Florida State like his brother. Where's the other kid going? Somewhere, I can't remember offhand. But these kids are already set. We don't have nothing to give them. Right. Nothing at all. All we do is put them together. If they fill out, they got to do
well, you give them recognition.
Yes.
And that's important, but they're getting a lot of that anyway.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of that.
But this type of recognition is a little different.
It's a little different.
Instead of
yes, it is.
Paying tribute to your athletic stature,
right?
It's paying tribute to your academic and
yes,
your mental
it is.
And your personality stature.
Yes, it is.
And that's important because even though you might be a great ball player at a young age,
right,
there are a lot of things that you lack.
Yes.
Your interview skills, like people talked about Deion Sanders and all, but he made sure his players knew how to do an interview, knew how to dress, knew how to talk, knew how to present themselves. And this kind of program can do that and does that for them. It's only for a weekend.
Yes, only for a weekend.
But you'd be surprised what you can pick up in a day. And you can go to this, and this could be on your dossier, your resume. And you say, "Oh, you were a member of the Watkins Awards. Oh, that's nice. You're a recipient." Yeah, an award is an award is an award. And this one seems to be pretty impressive.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
So who were some of you have speakers and stuff like that?
Yes.
Who did you have this year?
This year we had
and then tell us about some you had in the past.
The vice president of Under Armour.
This year?
Yeah. Under has been one of our biggest sponsors throughout the years, and we're in D.C., so the kids get to eat lunch there as part of the weekend and get to see, because that's where the headquarters is. Under Armour is the national how they build the shoes, all the training, testing stuff is incredible. You get to go through all that whole processing, and they get to do that, and we take them to the Martin Luther King Memorial and the African American Museum. So you see what we're doing.
Right.
We let them know that through your scholarship and your unique ability, you have an obligation to do more. And you have the ability. We want you to reach out to your communities and always have this forefront in your mind about other ways that you can extend your blessing out into the community. And that's what we try to put on them, that they have a responsibility to do more. Because these guys are going to make it. We've seen it. It's getting so beautiful now because over the years there's been so many guys. Some like when they trying to make the pros, some don't make it. They get in between. They get a family. They got to try to go back to school, get jobs. So we kind of lose them, don't hear from them as much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they grow. 10, 15 years later, they figured everything out. They went back to law school. They went over here and got the MBA. Done his kids.
You made a good point. You said sometimes you kind of lose them.
Yeah.
Do they ever come back?
They all come back every year, at least 30.
I mean, like when they graduate and they move on and they pursue their career, they end their career. Do they take time out to come back and
participate?
Yeah, they come to the Watkins Awards every year
and speak.
Speak. Like we have a teen summit on that Friday before the same day of the banquet, and they had 300 kids this year.
300.
Yeah, the church, and they were able to speak to the athletes. Like our alumni, a bunch of them played pro ball already, but some of them got big jobs now. I mean, these guys. We've had like 25 guys go to Stanford.
Wow.
Out of our list.
Oh, okay.
And we had about 15 Duke, maybe 8 in Michigan, 4 or 5 in Michigan State. Then they all been Texas, 7, 8,
Now,
it's all everywhere.
Now, as a, I'm not going to say predominantly, as a black awards program, do you guys try to push them toward HBCUs, or does that matter? You guys just go somewhere?
Well, everybody
Get
that
in where you
came,
get in, huh?
everybody that came to the banquet this year just started school. So all of the superstar athletes that have grades, they leave because they want to be there for spring practice. So they go straight to college after January.
Oh, so this is something that's done after they.
I mean, all the smart kids are doing this anyway, not just the Watkins kids. The smart kids,
They're going to school early.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because spring ball is where you can make
And
the
so
team.
this program is.
We don't have nothing to do with it. It's
No, I
just
mean it's not before. It's after they pretty much go to chosen their college.
yeah.
Okay.
Because about we just met in March.
Okay.
These guys out of school in college in January.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so they all freshmen, just getting going. But all of them, I mean, it's amazing. Now they're all so smart. They're like, what am I waiting around here for?
Yeah.
You know, they take their classes, what they got to do. They all got 4.0s. And then they're out of there, and they're ready for college. And because these guys are all Americans, they compete for jobs. They get a chance to play.
Right.
And to do that is spring ball. If you come in the summer, you ain't going to get it.
I see guys like Devin Gardner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him on one of the photos that you had there.
Right.
And some of the other kids. How many kids actually come back and actually participate in the organization as like you yourself? How many of those kids come back and participate in the organization?
Well, James Winston was the keynote speaker. He was a Watkins kid in 2012.
Okay.
He was one of the kids that we was looking at, little bright-eyed, bushy-tailed boy with a 4.0 going to Florida State.
And he was a member, a participant.
Yeah, he was a Watkins kid. Yeah, he was a finalist.
So there you go. That's one that came back.
Right.
Yeah,
And you said a lot of them do, right?
Yes, a whole lot of them.
Now I see that more and more coaches.
Because you know what, it's becoming like a little fraternity of men, and they see the young boys coming in, and it's because time builds something that we don't think about building. It's building a collective that's starting to galvanize like a little mountain on top of each other.
Yeah.
You know, as far as the kids over the years that have been a part of it.
And you think about it, that's a good way of putting it. It is like a fraternity because there's only a certain amount of young men who have participated, who have belonged to
That's
this,
right.
this organization.
That's right.
So yeah, it is a fraternal type organization.
And it's about scholarship.
Yeah.
But these guys are bad athletes, don't get me wrong.
Now,
They're the best.
now you mentioned scholarship. Does the Watkins Award give out scholarships? Or?
We used to, not anymore.
Okay.
Because we tried, but we just couldn't get money enough,
Not
just
enough
enough money
funding.
to do some of the things that we're doing here. But like to sustain a giant organization where we pay them, and then they doing this and they doing that. Everybody in there has, like I said, is working another job.
Well, if all these kids are like 4.0s and they're, you know, tiered athletes, they probably already got this.
Yeah, well, they don't need nothing from us.
Yeah, they don't need it. So.
Nothing. We have nothing to offer them.
So what about coaches' participation from various universities around
Any
the
big
country?
name coaches?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have a coach of the year every year. This year was Ty Willingham. Brought my boy Ty back. You know, I mean, Ty was close friends, man. You know, we went to Michigan State together.
Is that Todd from Notre Dame?
Yes.
Boo. No, I'm proud of him.
Yeah, he was the first black
I'm
coach
booing
at
the school,
Stanford-
y'all, not the coach.
at Stanford. And, you know, he was the first black coach to lead the team to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
I was at that game.
The first black coach ever?
Yeah, the
Or
first
just,
one to
or
lead
just
the
at
team.
his school?
At Stanford, he led Stanford to the Rose Bowl. They lost.
Yeah, but I mean, was it just at Stanford or was
Oh,
it?
any school.
Period.
In the Pac-10.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Ty did. Wow. Last year we had Marcus Freeman. We honored him.
Okay.
The year before that we had Mike Loxley, Maryland's coach.
Okay. What about high school coaches around the country? How many of those?
Well, it's named
guys
after one of them, Ted Ginn. And, you know,
his son played.
yeah, he was a
Ohio.
Watkins guy. His son,
Right.
he went to Ohio State.
Right.
Yeah.
Boo. Not the kid, the college.
Yeah, Ohio State got a lot of history. I mean, that's what Jesse Owens went, man. You gotta get some love to Ohio State. I mean, they was letting brothers in when some other folk wasn't. Just, you know, so that's just true.
Yeah. But
So a
Especially
lot
in the
of,
South, because they
still
just weren't doing
boo.
it.
so a lot of high school coaches participate in the program.
Well, yeah, because what we do, the kids, they all come to the banquet. You know, we make sure the parents come, but then the coaches, like when we had Donald Peoples-Jones was one of our winners.
Okay.
So when he came to D.C., Wilshire came, and a bunch of the Cass Tech coaches, all the Peoples family, all of them, they were all there. So the family do that. So we also have a dinner for the finalists. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 6. We go to their city, and we have a dinner at a restaurant for them, just for them. And they get to pick their restaurant, and it's about 20 people. They can bring 30. Generally, all the high school coaches come to that thing in particular.
So after the award ceremony is over and you guys decide who are the recipients, then you go afterwards and give them a
dinner.
Private dinner.
A private dinner in their home.
That's pretty cool. And now, since this is a nonprofit, how do you guys fund it? How do you guys get the hotel rooms and stuff like
Because
that?
we have some sponsors, and again, the hotel management guy that's one of our board members, he's just the best in America.
Yeah.
He always get us something that we get where we don't get slammed. He just knows how to do it. So we've been lucky to get the right people. Even the guy that does the video production, Kurt did stuff for ESPN and a bunch of other people all over. But he do this stuff free for us, man. It's incredible. The video thing at the event is like amazing. It's first class. You'd be like, wow, And then I'm the guy supposed to do the writing, and I do the media mixer. You'll see that I sent you a list of the events that we do over those 2 days, and I coordinate all that kind of stuff and do the writing.
Yeah, I'm looking at your piece you wrote up on it. Yeah. Jameson Winston, Marcus Freeman, Bob Kendrick. Yeah, and there's a picture in here with Todd from Notre Dame. Boo. Not the
you
coach.
see Jeremiah Love in that picture too.
Oh, okay.
He's a Watkins kid.
All right.
And he came back, and so did Freeman came with him. And then that year that Freeman and Jeremiah came back, that's exactly, they standing with Zachariah was the best cornerback in America from Indianapolis. Had a 4.0. And he went to Notre Dame. So you see they all come, they there
Well, that's
because of him.
That support is very important.
Yeah, it is important. We see that, man, invariably. Most of the kids had the support. They really did.
Now, how long is is it just a weekend or
It's
a
just
week?
a weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
But we see them forever because I see them at the colleges. Like when I'm coming to Michigan State, I make sure I grab them. And I hit them with scholar athlete. That's all I got to say. And they be like, nobody else say that in no locker room. Nobody. That's the only thing I say. They had their back turned. They jump out of their shorts and turn around and see who said that. Because they immediately know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Now explain to our listeners, for the ones that might not understand how to get their scholar athletes involved in their operation or in their
how do they
in the process
contact you?
The website is www.NAAAA.com. You just look up Watkins Awards online, and you can fill out the application yourself, the parents, for the kids, which some parents have done, Because, these guys so busy. They're already All-American. They done picked their college. They're like, they got to do a 2,000-word essay. They have to turn in the official transcripts. Meaning you got to really get busy and get the school to send it. You got to have 4 letters of recommendation. You have to list all your community service. And you have to fill out this whole application.
Now see
And a lot of them don't do it. We've lost some great athletes because they didn't finish the application.
And see that
And
point,
Dante Moore is one of them.
what you just mentioned there shows the level of dedication that these men have, not just to become a member of the Watkins Award, but in life. Because if you can take out time, like you said, in your business, because you're trying to go to college, you're trying to get ready for practice and all that, and you sit down and take some time out and say, this is important, and write out a 2,000-word essay, get your transcripts, and all the other things. That shows how prepared these young men are to move forward and how dedicated they are to becoming the best they can become.
Yeah. Something more than an athlete.
Yeah, because that's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not easy.
And you would really have to decide, okay, I can't go hang out right now, guys. I got to write this essay.
Mm-hmm.
But you out of school. Yeah, but this is for something different.
Yeah, no,
class is
that's
over.
a tough one. That's a good point.
So, then you got to call, make sure you get your school transcripts.
Right.
A lot of times kids just don't want to do
They
it.
don't want to do it.
I'm out
They
of school.
don't wanna
I'm moving
do
on,
it.
like you said. I already know where I'm going.
Right.
But here's an opportunity for me to be a little bit more, to do something a little extra.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, that's,
And
that's
especially
tough.
in today's...
That's tough as a kid.
In
It
today's,
is tough.
Yeah, it is.
know,
Because in
tough.
today's college environment, you got NIL,
Mm-hmm.
you got kids being paid, so it's like, well, this is really not that important. I'm already getting a few dollars from
Right.
whoever, and I'm getting the money, so
Yeah, I can pass on
I can
this.
pass on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we got to get that mindset out of their heads.
Now, do you ever have any kids who ask, like, what's in it for me? Are there any financial gains or anything?
Well, right away we immediately tell them that. No, there's nothing. So they only have to ask. We tell them.
Mm-hmm.
We're just creating a group of men and these scholars all around the country that just want to show the world that
There's
they
more
dumb
to it.
stereotypes that they toss on us
Yeah.
and have been tossing on us.
A
It's just
complete lie.
Just, right. They're just stereotypes.
A fallacy.
It's terrible, man. It really is.
You impressed me, Butler. You impressed me.
I went to Tuskegee, son, not Wiley. You all don't know what Wiley is? We're not talking about
debater.
We're not talking about Wiley Coyote,
Oh.
Bugs Bunny, and Roadrunner. It's
Tuskegee is legendary.
It's an HBCU college in Texas.
Wiley is legendary
It
also.
is. It's debaters, yeah.
They are known for the great debaters.
All the HBCUs are legendary.
Are legendary. That's true. But I like to pick with Jeff about Wiley. So, my bad, man. I pick with my sister about Philander Smith. So,
And none of our kids are going to HBCUs.
yeah.
That just shows you how the system it sucked all our kids out of that and put them out there. They can't refuse it.
Yeah, but
the money and the grandeur and
You know as
just-
well as I do.
Just no help.
You know as well as we all
Can't do
do. There was a time when you had to go to a HBCU.
Yeah, you had to.
And now they start looking up like Bear Bryant looked at them and said, we need to get some of these black boys right here to run some of these boys down and get past them. So then they opened up.
Yeah.
And then, you're getting better scholarships.
All you got to do is look at the Hall of Fame and
But
go to the Hall of Fame and see how many of the HBCU stars in the early
Probably
years.
about the first 12, 15.
Yeah. But you think about it now, there was a time when HBCUs weren't televised, their games weren't televised.
No, they weren't doing nothing for
And
us.
then when they did, they were
Right.
these low-ranked stations or
yeah,
productions.
it's
But now, they're getting some ESPN
Little bit.
time, and
No,
they're getting a
just
little bit
a very
of,
little.
but they're getting some. And now it's not as bad as it was. It's not as good as it should be. But in comparison to the PWIs,
No.
you're looking to get exposure.
Oh, yeah,
You
it's
want to
no
be
doubt
seen
about
by the professionals.
Right, and it's just,
Where you gonna go?
yeah.
You think about where Joe Dumars came from. I never even heard of that college
Yeah,
before. What was it?
McNeese.
Yeah,
McNeese.
McNeese.
I never even heard of McNeese. But somebody saw him. And that was by the grace of God.
But you
Yes,
know,
it
that
was.
somebody found him at McNeese, a really small college.
That's how it works. Somebody saw you.
Yeah, but they don't.
Well, even
they
Robin
don't do
was at some
sporting.
little
Even
but
if you had an
Oklahoma
HBCU,
junior
somebody-
college.
somebody
Yeah.
saw you.
Robin was at junior college.
but
Oklahoma.
they don't send scouts out like they used to now. Do they? Do they still send scouts out
They
like
still
they
send
used
Yeah, they sent them out.
They had all the games.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm ESPN Les Butler, so
That's right.
I'll miss a few things.
That's right. I
ladies and
forgot.
gentlemen.
Yeah, they
Scotty is as big as it's ever been.
Okay, Stein, give us the last few words on this award before we call it a day.
Well, all we want to do is just be an alternate voice in the universe. Like Jim told me years ago, we got to tell our own stories, and that's what we aim to do. And we're non-compromising because we're preaching black accountability and self-love to these kids. And that's why we take them to the African American Museum. That's why we take them to the Martin Luther King Memorial. They go to these places so that they can be connected to their history, and just hopefully they'll be more than just football players. That's what our whole goal is.
Okay, and where else? Where do people go if they want to
That's what I was about to
Just
say.
go to the Watkins Awards, and it'll be online. There'll be a website there, and any of your kids can fill out the application, and you can learn a little bit of the history, and maybe one of your kids, we can bring them to Washington D.C. and honor them.
And one more thing, and locally, if they wanted to
Black tie,
and locally, if they wanted to
Black tie.
contact you,
tucks them up.
Stein, and locally, if they wanted to contact
yeah.
you
Right.
to get more information,
Right.
give them your information,
Easy.
an email.
Yeah, it's just LEL Stein, STEIN, the number 3, of course it's old, AOL.com.
It's not Hotmail.
No, it's not that.
Did you say AOL?
AOL.
Yeah, but it ain't Hotmail.
That's right. As long as it ain't Hotmail, I'm okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all, as always, for listening. We had a great piece here with our man Leland Stein. Thanks a lot. That was really informative. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. I'm Keith Butler,
I'm Big Daddy Jeff Lowe.
Leland Stein.
and we're signing off from The Hook. Thank you all for listening. It's starting to warm up. It's going to be a
It's
great
warming
time.
up.
The Hook.
Everybody, be careful, be safe, and peace.
The Hook. The Hook.